everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm Orange Zeppelin, and as of making this video, Samurai Goblin issue 2 has been released to the viewing public, and you should go read it because I worked hard as hell on it. This issue also features a couple of badass covers by some very cool artists who also worked hard as hell, and I will have the link in the video description below where you can check the comic out, and it is also free to read. Today, I just wanted to share the process of creating this comic and how I go about making comics in general. So the first step would be thumbnailing. After reading the script a few times, I just very loosely sketch out what my ideas are and what will best make the action flow. This can be a tricky process in some ways because when working from a script, you have a set amount of characters, actions, and text to include in each panel, decided by the client, and it can be like putting together a puzzle. But thankfully, I'm working with a very clear script broken down page by page and panel by panel. I already know what my client wants, it's just a matter of making sure that I represent their vision well. So I like to do my paneling all in one big batch, because in general I find it to be kind of a tedious process, and I also like to, in this case I'm taking over my mom's sewing table, because she's got these nice rotary mats that are great for using as guidelines. This paper that I'm using here, this is the Deleter brand comic book paper. I'm using ruler A. This already has guidelines marked on it, so really you just got like a crummy ruler here, and I'm just making some nice light marks. The nice thing about going from here to here is I am working with, feels like a lot more space. It's a lot less squished. For the penciling phase, I'm just sketching pretty lightly. If you're a very confident inker, you can be very loose with your pencils in this whole stage, and that can save you a lot of time, and then you can focus your effort on the inking stage. Since I'm working for a client, I'm being a little extra neurotic, making sure I have everything established clearly in my pencils so I'm not potentially making mistakes in my inks. Also, it is very helpful for your client when you do clear pencils. What I do in my commission work is I will send over updates with every step. Basically, I send my thumbnails over to get feedback, get the green light to go ahead. I'll do that with my pencils. I'll do that with my inks. I want to make sure 100% that I am following what you want me to do. So clear plans and sketches help your client see your vision. Normally my plans look a bit like they wouldn't be out of place on a cave wall. And I would definitely imagine if you're working on a comic project with separate pencilers and inkers, and if you're the penciler, you'd want to be pretty locked in so the inker knows, okay, this is what we're doing here. One of the things that I added into the comic that was entirely my own idea, not decided by the client, was the fox mask that the head ninja is wearing. Partly it's so he sticks out and he's got a more interesting design, but also, without giving away too much about the story here, this is somebody that we've seen before, and what I did with his design there was to give him a very broad and toothy smile. This is like a used car salesman smile. It's both smarmy and kind of aggressive, and I wanted the mask to echo that. On to inking. I think this is where you really start seeing things come together. This is one of my favorite parts of the process, and I love creating really strong contrast. I have a very large assortment of pens and inks that I'm using. I had some bottled ink and brushes that came to play also. I start my inking with the panel outlines for the same reason I do that with the pencils, and it's because it's a tedious part of the process that I'd like to get done quickly so I have more time to focus on the main art. And I also ink my text first for the same reason. The reason I handwrite my text is that I find doing it on the computer always looks a little bit awkward. Text and speech bubbles have always stuck out like a sore thumb in my art when I do them digitally, though you can make your own font to look like natural handwriting. Comic lettering is absolutely underappreciated. Letterers are doing the Lord's work. Finally, we have the coloring. Here's a life hack. If you want to get paid to make comics, make them while at work. Now you're getting paid to make comics. I'm very glad I have a job where I can actually do that. Imagine trying to do a little drawing on a slow day if you worked at, like, Taco Bell. But seriously, the XP Pen Magic Art tablet thing, whatever this is called, it is an absolute game changer. I'm using Ibis Paint X, which was pre-installed on the tablet. It is free to use, though there's a few things that are locked behind ads. You could buy a subscription to unlock everything, but I did the one-time payment option of like 15 bucks to get rid of the banner ads and unlock most of the brushes, which was very worth it because I'm very fond of the large particle airbrush, and I don't want to sit through a mobile game ad to unlock it. It's not like you have to look at the ad every time you use the brush. It's unlocked for, I think, 4 hours at a time, but then there's also these ads that'll pop up when you jump back to the gallery page, so I think the one-time payment was very much worth it. But the tablet portability in general is amazing. I can color at work, I can color in bed, you can color at the donut shop. My tablet does display colors weird at sometimes, and I'm not entirely sure why, so I did move all of my finished pages onto my laptop to see how they looked there before sending them to my client. So that just about does it for the process. It's all easier said than done, but I am very happy with how it turned out, and I am very thankful that I was given the opportunity to work on this comic. So let me know what you think of the art. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Of course, if you don't like it, you have to say why. You gotta defend your answer. I promise not to get mad. I will say I have probably lost all right to make fun of Rob Liefeld for his feet drawings because I straight up forgot to draw a character's foot and had to add it in digitally. But again, you can find the link to the comic in the description below, and thank you all so much for watching, and thank you in advance for reading, and I will see you in the next video.